Welcome into your N'Keal Harry scouting profile, powered by PFF Edge and Elite. Mike, when we look at Harry, he's number 61 on our draft board. He's getting a lot of first-round hype. I think we're going to be lower on him than most. Why is that?
The biggest concern that I have with him is his ability to separate down the field at the next level. When you just look at the majority of his downfield targets, he was not running away from defensive backs. He just struggles at the line of scrimmage to create separation on his release, and then struggles in and out of his breaks in terms of creating separation with anything other than physicality. No, the athleticism, the suddenness to his cuts as a route runner just aren't there to separate enough. That doesn't mean he's can't be a productive NFL player. I just think that limits him to maybe a slot role or to where you have to get creative to get him touches, because he's electric with the ball in his hands, but I just worry about him being a true number one at the next level.
Let's discuss first with the ball in his hands. There's a ton of highlight reel plays where for such a big receiver, you see him reversing field and just great vision after the catch. So a lot of that, is I think what led to a lot of the first round hype. Some freakish plays, some freakish contested catches. He's got some of the most just some of the best plays in the NFL, but or in college football, is it just that down-to-down separation that is the concern? Can you truly overpower people at the next level like he did in college?
Yeah, when you take away a lot of his scheme production, a lot of slot stuff, whereas he had 20 catches this season on screen passes, a lot of underneath, out routes from the slot that are basically anyone could have taken it. You take away a lot of that and just focus on when he's one-on-one against the man in front of him, he just was not producing a lot. He had almost 200 yards on screen this year. 200 of his 1,000 yards came on screens. There's just a lot of that underneath scheme stuff that, unless you're really the guy on your team at the next level, you're not going to be seeing those touches.
And when you look at the percentage of tight window targets, N'Keal Harry, 34.5%, number 2 among top wide receiver prospects. Now, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was in a completely different world at 51%, but they were legitimately throwing him.
Yes.
He was a power forward. They were posting him up in the end zone. The fact that Harry had so many targets into tight windows, it's not every route that he ran, but it's a little concerning that there are so many plays where he was not able to separate, where he was the main target.
I will say, though, when he can get over, he's a guy that you can throw the ball to over the middle of the field, who can make those contested catches and take shots in the middle of the field with his body type. 220 pounds, very strong wide receiver. I'm confident that he can do that at the next level, but again, that's more slot. If you are projecting him to the slot in your offense, you use that heavily over the middle of the field, he should be your guy. You can have him higher on your board, but if you think you're getting this true number one outside wide receiver, they're going to throw the ball to 160 times a year. I just don't see that as being Harry's game.
So us putting him at number 61 on the draft board, essentially putting a second round type of grade on him, we're saying, look, we like him as a player. He might not just be as well-rounded as some of the other top receiver prospects. You mentioned the middle of the field, 94.2 PFF grade, intermediate middle, a place where it's very important to win there at the next level. So again, I think there's possession receiver type of potential here. And what about the red zone? The red zone grade wasn't great last year, but he should have the skill set to be a weapon down there.
Yeah, I foresee him being able to be a guy who can haul in red zone targets at a higher rate, a guy who can still sort of separate in that underneath route tree, whip routes, that sort of thing. That's his money, not anything. If you're looking for him to be a downfield guy or a fade guy in the red zone, maybe not him, but I think he has the shiftiness to still get some touchdowns in the red zone.
So there you have it. N'Keal Harry, second round grade from us at PFF. More on that possession receiver type of spectrum. For more information on Harry and over 600 other prospects, get your PFF draft guide, all part of PFF Edge and Elite.